We start in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. The cosmological argument for the existence of God. One of the most intuitive and rational arguments for the existence of a creator God is based on the principle of causality, that things which begin to exist must have a cause. So the argument in simple terms, premise one is the principle of causality. Everything that begins to exist after not existing must have a cause that brings it from non-existence into existence. Everything that begins to exist after not existing cannot bring itself into being, since it did not exist to do anything. So it must have a cause outside itself that brings it into existence. This is a basic principle of reason and experience. From nothing, nothing comes. The second premise is the existence of the universe. The universe exists now, but it did not exist in the past, and it began to exist at one point. This is proven by modern physics, and there are also philosophical arguments to prove this. So the conclusion that follows from these two premises is that therefore the universe must have a cause that brought it into existence. After rationally arriving at this conclusion, we will be analyzing the possible options for the cause of the universe. The cause of the universe must be one of the following options, which represent all rationally conceivable options. The first option is the universe came from nothing, without a cause. The second option is the universe created itself. The third option is that the universe was created by another created thing. So, in an infinite chain of causes. The fourth and last option is the universe was created by an uncreated being, an eternal creator. So, however, the first three options out of these four are rationally impossible, which leaves the fourth one as the only plausible explanation, refuting the impossible options. So, the first option, the universe came from nothing without a cause. Nothingness cannot produce anything because it has no power or components to create. The emergence of a finely tuned universe with precise laws from absolute nothingness is logically absurd. So, the second option, the universe created itself, this requires the universe to be both existing to create itself and non existing to need creation at the same time. This is a clear contradiction, like saying my mother gave birth to herself, or this person is tall and short at the same time, which could not be true. The third option is the universe was created by another created thing or being in an infinite chain of causes. If causes extended infinitely, we would never reach the current existence because the chain would never end. So, an analogy to make it easy to understand is the following. Imagine a soldier who wants to fire at a criminal, but the rules require him to get permission from a superior officer. That officer, in turn, needs permission from his own superior, and so on to infinity. Will the soldier ever fire? Of course not, because an infinite chain of permissions going on forever means that permission will never arrive. Likewise, if the chain of creators had no beginning, nothing will exist today. But we have things in existence today, which means this option is impossible. The necessary conclusion is the fourth option. Since the first three options are impossible, then the fourth option must be true, meaning that there must be an uncreated being, an eternal creator, who started the chain of causes in existence, and he does not need a cause. Otherwise, we would fall back into the infinite regress. Second, he is capable of bringing the universe out of nothing due to his immense power. Third, he is not knowledgeable and wise to have set the complex laws of the universe in such an order. So, the necessary attributes of this first cause, the creator of everything, are one, eternal, uncreated. The Quran describes God as He is the first and the last. Second, all powerful. The Quran describes Allah as indeed Allah is over all things competent. The third attribute is all knowing. the Quran describes Allah as, and Allah is knowing of all things. The fourth attribute is wise, and the Quran describes Allah as, and He is the wise, the all aware. This powerful logical argument is echoed in the Quran itself, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, or were they created from nothing, or are they themselves the creators? So it challenges the idea of uncaused existence or self creation, both of which are rationally impossible, as we have shown. The conclusion is that this rational analysis proves that the creator who brought the universe into existence, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is the only logical explanation for the existence of the universe, and the attributes of this creator are perfectly in line with the description of God in Islam, and thus it is a compelling evidence for Islamic theism.